The apprenticeship program started back in 2010 to prepare at-risk youth with life skills and on-the-job training. The purpose is to tackle poverty and, by extension, crime through employment in Belize City. Since its inception, 1,200 young people have completed the program. But is it serving its purpose? Two specialists from the I.L.O are in Belize to find out just that. They've been evaluating the youth apprenticeship program all of this week. As a part of the visit, the specialists have met with the NGO community, government reps, business community, educational institutions, and youth who have completed and have dropped out of the program. Hassan Dahi of the I.L.O Caribbean office says the assessment helps to outline the strengths and weaknesses, which will help them to guide how the program is enhanced. The evaluators have found out that in Belize's case, demand and supply, as well as skills training, must be revamped.
Yes, quite a number of apprentices that went through the program and are successful, and as well as there's quite a lot of them that went through the program and as well were not very successful. Mainly what we heard from the employers were that some of them came with just green, as you say, without any skills to offer. Naturally, if you have nothing to offer, either you get so frustrated and you drop out of the system, and I'm sure within the program also we've heard that some have dropped out of the system. But there are quite some few that have benefited from the program and were even employed by their employers. But in the broader sense, when you have an apprenticeship system, it should be able to place just about all students that go through the system, because it's usually demand driven, so they work very closely with the institutions and to develop the programs based on the demand that is outside.
According to Michael Axman, in his role as an advisor on apprenticeship reform, the youth apprenticeship program should serve a bigger purpose and capitalize on opportunities. He also believes that the program can target bigger numbers, but the model does need some adjustments to enhance its capabilities by extending the program from 6 months to 1 year with more structured components.
The youth apprenticeship program is the seed. It's the seed for something a lot bigger. For the time being, it's a program that is addressing some of the skills needs of young people, finding a first job, which is always very, very difficult. But what I said in the meeting there is that we have to move away from this only social responsibility thinking of the employers to making apprenticeship programs something that really not only help young people but also address the needs, the skills needs in the private sector. And it was very interesting to see that there were some employers that said we would like to be much more involved in it, but we would also like to see our needs addressed in a little stronger way than it has been. And I think this is a potential. This is not necessarily a weakness of the program because it has not been designed in such a way, but I think this is an opportunity right now to change the program in such a way that we can go to much bigger numbers. We're talking 150 per year, and I just gave a strategy in there for 3,000 a year, which I think is not completely out of the question, but it means that we have to revamp the program a little bit, reshuffle it.
Do you see any other, perhaps a change in the structure of the model that we're using?
Well, I think the model needs to change a little bit. For the time being, it's a 6-month program. I strongly believe that you need at least a year, maybe more, for apprenticeship programs. You need to have probably more school-based elements in it, and you have to have a program of learning, both in schools and in companies, so that the students know what they are up against, and also something where the companies say, well, this is what we would like to have. So a much more structured program is what we are talking about. And then, of course, it's also about salaries, employment contracts and salaries. The employers just said that they are willing to participate and to contribute with salaries. But, of course, that means we have to change the program quite substantially.
Coordinator of the Youth Apprenticeship Program, Diane Finnegan, says this review will help to look at the program's capability to roll out in other parts of the country and will require all partners to implement the suggestions.
The idea is, how do we tweak the program to roll it out countrywide and so that more people can benefit. You know that the challenge we are facing is unemployment, and instead of focusing on one circle or one sector of the country, of our society, why not include all so that people who are facing those challenges with finding jobs can tap into the apprenticeship program. The purpose also is to get the business sector to understand the role that they play. While government funds this apprenticeship program completely, the business sector has to play a role too by meeting the stipend of these apprentices, so meeting it halfway.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Andrea Polanco.